What's cracking? You're back with another video from Stacking Kraken. Today is Friday, March the 20th. Spot price of silver is sitting at about $69.93. Gold is sitting at about 45.83. I'm sure everybody has been to the pump recently. Energy is up. Oil is up. And silver, gold, precious metals have been taking a bit of a hit this week. People were like, oh, let's start panicking. Oh, the Fed rate cuts, all this stuff. I could show you guys graphs and charts, but I'm not a financial advisor. Uh, I'm I'm not rich. I'm blue collar. I work for every single dollar. But I'm gonna just share my stance and my opinion on the metals market. If silver drops down to $20 and gold drops back down to 2,000, I'm perfectly fine with that. To me, it's just more of an opportunity to gather more. Again, I haven't been in the game for too long. The way I started was I wanted a piece of jewelry. I wanted a necklace, Cuban link chain. And when I bought that chain, I remember telling my mom and my coworker about it, and they were like, it's kind of expensive. Just because to anybody who has had precious metals, gold was $250 back in 2000 an ounce. It's over. There's a hit right now, but it's $5,000 an ounce now. It says a lot about our dollar. It says a lot about the metal in itself. Regardless of what happens in the short term, I'm going to keep accumulating as much as I can personally afford, because to me, this is safe. They say, I think it's a dime or a 1/10 piece to get you a loaf of bread back in the day. You can still go get a loaf of bread with this silver content, because this is $5 to $10 in silver. That can go get you a loaf of bread to this day with just this dime, you know? So I work with a coworker who's kind of a conspiracy nut, not really, but he's one of those people who, if he can be self-sufficient without the government, why not? And I get that 100%. So he was pretty much telling me, he's like, just buy a little bit of whatever you can afford. Every weekend, you get your check, you go out to the casino with a girl, you play your luck, you get a couple drinks, you spend $200. What's going to spend $200 on some metal? And his entry point was like $13. Jealous. So I listened to him. After I bought my chain, I went to my local coin shop and I bought my first couple rounds. And this was actually my first round. You know, and my buy-in point was $36. And I remember talking to my coin guy, and I was like, well, I hear that the all-time high is like $50, $48. And he's like, yes, but you never know. It could drop down to $12. Could also go up to 100. And I got in at an exciting time. I bought a couple rounds. I think I bought like 5 ounces to start. And slowly but surely, oh snap, it hit 50. Oh snap, it hit 60. Oh, we're over 100. Topped out at what, $120? That's crazy. Got in at a really exciting time. That being said, if it does happen to fall, I'm not worried about it, because at the end of the day, this is all long term. I'm not looking to sell this real quick. I'm not looking to make a profit. I'm blue collar and I work for every dollar. It sucks to see your dollar depreciate in value. It sucks to see your dollars not go the distance that it once did. It sucks. It truly does suck. So the way everybody tells it, this is just a hedge. It's not an investment. It's not going to make you rich. The people that have bought, like, if you bought silver a year ago, you have made a profit, but it's not going to make you rich. Ultimately, it's a hedge against inflation, as we all know in the community. And I stand by that. It's a hedge that I believe in. And I believe it has so much great potential because, again, like, I know everybody talks about those bombs that the U.S. makes with all that silver. Yeah, but how many of those are we realistically dropping? You know what I mean? Even with all this conflict right now and with Iran, how many are we realistically dropping? But in our batteries, in all of our electronics, we use it and we throw it away. That's why all those phone companies are buying back the phones. They want all those electronic parts. So With the amount of waste that goes into the metal in itself, I believe that silver has such great potential. And especially when you look at junk silver, which is my favorite silver, they're not making any more of it. They really aren't. And this is silver that we really made with the intent of having value behind it. Everything has been such a downfall with our money. Honestly, like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm some financial advisor and tell you guys, oh, I know this and that, because I don't. I'm young and I'm learning. But I will say that as soon as we got away, and these Buffalo nickels are so beautiful, but I will say as soon as we started debasing our currency, getting away from silver, silver, again, 3 cent piece, but it's still silver. As soon as we got away from the precious metals, everything's just been downhill. And I know that there's not enough precious metals to go about for the amount of commerce that goes on in the world, but there still needs to be better forms, and we cannot just print money. We cannot. And we can, because I guess, you know, here in the United States, we do have such an amazing military, but it's not federal. There's no reserves. That audit at Fort Knox, none of that stuff ever happened. I was about to curse, but yeah, none of it ever happened. What happened with that audit? You know, to me, it's safe. It's sound. I've heard, yeah, sound money. It's safe. I got these little currency things because I think that they're cool. The silver certificates. I got this because it's a reminder of that ultimately these mean jack. Hyperinflation is real. It happened in Germany. It's happened Venezuela, all these places, literally everywhere that thinks that they can just debase their currency. You can't. It's not sustainable. So that's why I started stacking. This is horrible stuff to stack. I got it for a good deal. But to me, junk silver, Morgan's, the Peace, you know, the Mercury dimes, everything. Junk silver is the best investment right now because of how cheap it is. I got this. Spot price of silver was $80 at the time. I got this for $54 because nobody wanted it. Because it's a little beat up. That's still 90% silver. So I don't know. Nobody wants junk silver right now. The refiners aren't taking it. That's fine. I'll take it. I won't hold you guys up for too long. But ultimately, I went into a little bit of a rabbit hole, and ultimately we trade our time, which is our most valuable asset, for these paper notes that do buy us things. They can buy us things, which now we use credit cards, but like it does have value, but the value has been so stretched, so thin. It's sad. It truly is sad to see that you're working for pretty much nothing. I don't know. Everything's fake. The stock market's fake. Cryptocurrency is fake. You can't hold it. You don't own it. Everything is fake, but at least this is tangible, like a home. It's a tangible asset. Oh, yeah, I know homes are not like the best investment, you know, but like at the end of the day, you can hold it. Land, you can hold it. That's yours. This, you can hold it. You can hold this. If everything, like they did with the sanctions on Russia, like that's another thing. That's why I started, just like those nations noticed. If you just say something that they don't like too much, hey man, we'll cut off your money supply. All that money that you think is yours, if you hold metal, they'd have to actually come and grab it, which they could. You know what I mean? I'm over here posting my stash on the internet, but they got safes. They have those places where you can give them your precious metals if you trust that. But again, back to if they hold it, are they really gonna just be like, oh yeah, here you go, if shit does hit the fan? Uh, yeah. Everything's fake. This is real. This is real. So that's why I stack. I hope you guys have a great Friday. No matter what happens with the market, just hold. It's never a loss until you sell, just like they say in the stock market. But at least this, you can hold it. It's pretty. People are on Whatnot, the app, they're paying sometimes even close to spot for certain rounds just because they're pretty. They want them. They're not making any more junk silver. Everything is fake. I don't know. I don't want to sound too much like a lunatic, but everything's fake. Cryptocurrency is fake. And now there's like rumors saying that it's by Epstein. So do with that as you please. But you can hold this. They'd have to come pry it out of your hands. So that's it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay smart, and yeah, stay blessed.